All right, Squire, you've had it pretty easy this spring. Usually I'd be kicking your butt around the list by now. Also, you should have started training about a month ago. So I'm going to send this one to you so you can get that training started at home. Now, last year was a pretty good year for us. Your longsword was looking really good. Sword and shield's coming along. But as my squire, I expect you to master all the weapons. So that means that this year, it's time to start heavy weapons. Now, as you know, we're going to start with the mace. Why the mace, you ask? Because no matter which way the mace is turned, I don't have to worry about what part I'm hitting you with. Something like the warhammer, that puts holes in people. Don't put holes in people, Squire. We're starting with the mace. Now the mace, we're going to start by reviewing our grip so that this doesn't end up in the back of someone's head again. Take the mace. Much like a sword grip for when we're going to be slashing, we want to start with that pinky. Roll up the grip. This gives us a really solid, firm grip on the weapon, and we'll keep it from sliding forward, no matter how much motion we put into it. As you know, with heavy weapons, we're always going to pair it with a shield. Now, our stance is going to be a lot like the stance for sword and shield. All right? See, about shoulder, a little bit longer than shoulder width apart. Remember, in armor, we're extra heavy. But instead of the basic sword stance, where we're going to make that A-frame, with a heavy weapon, I'm actually going to cock the weapon back and let it rest either on my shoulder, or I'm going to put it in my pocket. The reason for this is that unlike with a sword, I can't generate as much speed with a mace using only my wrists and about 45 degrees on my elbow. I can get a little bit more power if I switch my stance to our forward stance, where I'm being a little more aggressive. But largely, because of the way these weapons function, I actually want to start with it cocked back here, usually up on my shoulder, because I like overhead strikes. Now, the other side of this is that our shield's got to be a little more active, and we want to keep our shield away from our bodies. Two reasons. One, we want to make sure it's out here and it's being annoying. It's a big old target. Two, if I hold it really close to my body and I take a hit from something like the warhammer, that has enough force to hit my shield and then to drive that shield into my head. That's not fun. Keep the shield away from your body. Don't hit yourself with your own shield. So, our shield is out and away from us. We want to initiate our strike actually with our shield. So we're going to take our half step, we're going to push our shield out. We can go ahead and let contact with the opponent's shield, just get it up in his face. We're making this as big of a nuisance as we can, so that when we come around, bam, right here. So once again, knock, knock, bam, who's there? We throw it overhand, bam, over the top. We can come up and underneath, bam, right to his kidneys. One of the most effective strikes we can do from this stance is affectionately referred to as serving soup. What you want to do, initiate your strike, and we're going to roll our fingers so that they're up towards the sky and come right across. Now what this does is it's going to change the trajectory of our weapon. It's changing to horizontal rather than vertical, but it's keeping it up here, if you notice, right about eye level. Why is that important? Well, most of our opponents are probably peaking just above their shield. So by changing the trajectory of my weapon to horizontal, I can skim it right across the top of that opponent's shield, especially if he's holding it like right here, you know, he's peeking over the top like, who's out there? Wham! So that's one thing I really want you to work on. Practice that, serving soup. Laying your wrist flat and allowing the weapon to travel horizontally. You can even bring it right back around for another one. Wham! Wham! If he's not paying attention, hit him again. Now I'm going to give you all of these face on so you can see what they look like from the front. So once again, knock, knock, bam, here it is, nice 45, right off the shoulder. Or, knock, knock, bam, coming up from the pocket. Knock, knock, bam, coming off the shoulder. Another type of strike we want to practice, especially with the mace, is being able to throw off the shoulder. What that means that we're going to bring the mace head forward, and then literally the mace head stays in a straight line and just travels forward. At speed, it looks like this. Bam! And also throw it sideways. You can even throw it inside. That's a fantastic shot, by the way. Your opponent will open up the door just a little to peek out like the side, because he knows you're going to hit him if he looks out the top, and you throw that shot right to the inside of that shield. And you'll catch him either in the face or right in the chest. And he thinks that, oh, I've got this wall right here, I'm totally safe, and you bring that weapon right along into the inside of his guard. So, once again, from the front, it's going to look like this. Knock, knock, bam! Knock, knock, bam! Big overhand, chow! Now, we're not just working on lunging footwork. You know, we've been practicing passing footwork, which means you go to knock, knock and no one's home, go ahead and take that step forward because he's outside of range, right? Now, be prepared. After you throw that shot, it's going to travel. It's really hard to stop a shot like this mid-swing. Go ahead and let it travel through so you can come back and recover. And bam, put it in your pocket. Put it up on your shoulder. Once again, we're going to step into it. Knock, knock, no one's home. Wham! Big swing. Knock, knock, big swing. Recover. Let me show you that face on. I'll take an extra couple steps back with this one. So, knock, knock, you're a little far? Not anymore. From the pocket. Knock, knock. Throwing off the shoulder on the inside. Knock, knock. Whoa, even with a step you can do it. This gives you tremendous reach with this weapon. Now remember, it's going to want to keep traveling, but because we've thrown it from the shoulder, it's only going to want to travel forward, really. So at the moment it extends fully, it will snap. And you'll feel it in your elbow, unless you practice it. Knock, knock. We still got a fight coming up here in July. So I expect by Dutch Village for you to be swinging that mace around. I'll see you then, Squire.